In this video, we will see what are the things we can do to improve front-end speed and how to identify the issues happening on the front end. So for demo purpose, I have installed Magento version 2.4.6 and this is the admin panel of the Magento website, and this is the front end of the Magento website. So I have installed sample Magento sample data. So you can see we have different kind of blocks and product widgets in homepage. Now as we discussed during introduction, we can use page speed insights to check the website speed, how it is performing. So this is the page speed website where you can go and you can enter your website URL. So you can paste your complete website URL here and you can analyze it. Now I am running this website in my local system. It is not hosted on any server, so it will not work in page speed insights. So we have an alternative for page speed insights in local system. So in Chrome browser, so you can open the website in inspect mode here. So once you open your website in inspect mode, you will see a Lighthouse tab in your Google Chrome browser. This is available in Google Chrome browser. So open Google Chrome browser and open this Lighthouse section. Using this section, we are going to check the performance of the website, existing performance of the website. And this Lighthouse tool works similar way compared to our page speed insights, which is available here. So our result will be similar to what we will see in this page speed insights website. So if you have online website, you need to test your website here. If you are developing in local system, so you can use Lighthouse tool to test existing speed. So in this Lighthouse tool, we have different selections available, category available, which we can select. So one is the device, that whether you want to test your website for desktop or mobile. So I will go ahead with the desktop selection. I want to check how my website is performing in desktop. And here we have different categories, like one is I want to check of course the performance of the website, and another option I will select is best practices, which will help us to identify whether our website is performing modern web development practices or not. So once you click on analyze page load button, it will take some time to analyze your page and give you insightful results. So let's wait for it to complete. Now you can see we got the analysis report, how good our website is performing and how good our website is implemented in terms of best practices. So you can see our website is scoring 87 in terms of performance. Time to time it can vary depending on multiple factors, but if you take one average, it is going to be almost similar. You can check it 2-3 times to get one average of the performance and understand how good it is performing. Now if you scroll down, you will see one range is given and we can compare our website performance with the standard range provided, like 0 to 49 rating is given for bad websites, 50 to 89 is given for average website, and 90 to 100 rating is given for very good website. So our website rating is 87, which is a medium range score in terms of performance. Right now we don't have a lot of custom data in our website, that's why it is performing kind of okay. Once we customize our website a lot and add a lot of data on different pages, then this performance gets impacted. Now one thing I will do here is, in the tool, in the tab, you see here 3 dots. So I will use this 3 dot to check this report in a viewer. Basically once we click on this open in viewer, it will open the report in a new tab where we can see the report in a completely new tab, and everything will look well organized here and fonts are bigger. So this looks good to read compared to the compact view we saw in other tab. Now let's analyze the report that we got for our website. Here once you scroll down, you can click on this expand view, which will basically give us info about what are these different matrices and how well we are performing on these matrices. So the first information is first contentful paint. It is basically a measure to identify how much time our website took to show the first image or text to the user. So the time taken to show the very first text or image to the user is 0.9 seconds. The next measure is largest contentful paint. This is basically the time taken to show the largest element on the page. So let's say we have images, text and many other things in the website. So the element which takes the largest time, let's say one banner is taking the largest time on the website. So the time taken by that banner to be visible is called largest contentful paint. Now we have another measure like total blocking time. So the total blocking time is the sum of all time periods between first contentful paint and time to interactive. Basically the time to interactive is when our website becomes interactive, when buttons are available for us to click, that is called time to interactive. Then we have cumulative layout shift, which basically measures the movement of different elements in our viewport. And we have speed index. This basically shows how quickly the contents of the page are visibly populated. So if we look at the overall report, we see there are areas where we need to improve to get a better result. Now once you scroll down in the report, you will see the diagnostics provided by the reporting tool, which will help us to fix these issues. You can see they are giving many hints and suggestions, like they are saying image elements do not have explicit width and height. So you can see they have mentioned the image also, which image has this explicit width and height issue. Similarly, we have many other suggestions which we need to implement. So you have to go through all these suggestions and you have to implement it. We will see many of these suggestions in our video and implement ourselves to improve it. So here you can see in the largest contentful paint element section, they have also mentioned which element was part of largest contentful paint. Now once you scroll down, you will see how good our website is performing in terms of best practices. Basically it says it does not use HTTPS. I am running it in my local system and I don't have HTTPS enabled. And then they have few other issues mentioned here. Now this is how you can use this tool to identify issue for your website, or you can use online page speed insights tool to identify the issues on your website, or you can also use GTmetrix, which is also very popular. So if you go to GTmetrix, you will see GTmetrix here, and you can go to GTmetrix, and here also you can paste your website link, and it will also give you lot of useful hint. Sometimes developer use both the tools GTmetrix as well as page insight tools. In some cases one of these tools give a bit different kind of suggestion also, which is not given by a second tool. So you can check in both tool, but one tool should be enough for you to get the insight of your website, and you can start working on them. So now let's start implementing these suggestions. Now here are the main areas we are going to work in front-end side to improve. First we are going to work on image optimization section. Usually e-commerce websites have a lot of images present on the website. So we are going to see how to improve the images. Then we will see how to improve CSS. We have a lot of CSS files present in our website. We are going to look at techniques to improve CSS of the website. We will look at JavaScript optimization, what can be done to JavaScript files and code to optimize JavaScript. Then we are going to look at HTML optimization, what can be done to the HTML render on the website to improve the speed. And then we are going to have a look at CDN implementation, which will finally help us offload static resources like CSS, JavaScript images from our website. Let's start.